Listen to me. Listen to me very carefully. What I am about to say is not just words. It is blood. It is sweat. It is the tears of our ancestors. It is the cry of millions who died in chains. It is the voice of those who were silenced. It is the roar of Africa rising. I speak to you today not as a president, not as a captain, not as a politician. I speak to you as an African, as a son of the soil that has been plundered for centuries, as a brother to every young man and woman on this continent who has been told they are worthless, who has been told they cannot succeed, who has been told their only hope is to flee to Europe and drown in the Mediterranean. They lied to you. They have been lying to us for 500 years. And today I am here to tell you the truth on cowardice and our children. And if we are cowards, our children will ask us questions. Think about this. Think about it deeply. Let it sink into your bones. Imagine if in Burkina Faso we refuse to fight. Imagine if we accept to submit. Imagine if we choose to live in slavery because it is comfortable, because it is safe, because the masters throw us some crumbs from their table. Tomorrow our children will grow up. They will open their eyes and see the world we left them. They will see chains where there should be freedom. They will see poverty where there should be abundance. They will see humiliation where there should be dignity. And they will ask questions. Were our parents cowards to leave us in slavery? Did they not see what was happening? Did they not have the courage to stand up? Did they love their comfort more than they loved us? Whether we are alive or dead, we will feel it. Our souls will carry this shame. Our spirits will know no peace. Because there is no greater betrayal than to abandon your children to bondage when you had the power to set them free. The coward is afraid. This is what defines him. Not his words, not his promises, not his excuses. His fear. And the imperialists have understood this perfectly. The strategy of fear. They try to instill fear in the leaders so that you become cowards. Because when you are a coward, all other vices can arise. The coward will steal from his own people. The coward will betray his own nation. The coward will kneel before his masters and thank them for the chains. They do everything to make us afraid. They come into our palaces. They sit in our offices. They whisper in our ears. They threaten us directly or with veiled threats. They smile while they sharpen their knives. They offer friendship while they plot our destruction. Of course we respond, as we should, as any man with dignity would respond. We do not bow. We do not beg. We do not negotiate our sovereignty. But they are persistent. They always take examples. They think we do not know history. They think we have forgotten. They will tell us, you know, Thomas Sankara tried to do it like this. But where is he? He is dead. They will tell us, the Haitian president, he tried to do it like this. Where is he? He is dead. They will tell us, Patrice Lumumba tried to do it like this. Where is he? He is dead. They will tell us, Gaddafi tried like this. Where is he? He is dead. These are the veiled statements made to us to instill fear. These are the warnings. These are the threats dressed up as friendly advice. And then we also often see some young people trying to follow in the footsteps in a different way. You can hear them say, such a person ruled like this, he has the sepulchre. Such a person ruled like this, he is in prison. Such a person challenged the system. Look what happened to him. All this to try to scare us. All this to make us cowards. All this to make us believe that resistance is futile, that fighting back is suicide, that the only way to survive is to submit. They have not understood. But here, I think they have not understood something. They have not understood who we are. They have not understood where we come from. They have not understood what burns in our hearts. When we say homeland or death, we shall overcome, it is not just a phrase. It is not a slogan for posters. It is not words to excite the crowd. It has its full meaning. Every letter is written in the blood of our martyrs. Every word is a sacred oath. We are not afraid, and we will never be afraid. Let me say this again, so there is no confusion. We are not afraid. We will continue our struggle. Whether they kill us tomorrow or let us live 100 years, we will continue, because this is not about one man. This is not about Ibrahim Traoré. This is about Africa. This is about our children. This is about justice. Yes, they killed Sankara. But did Sankara die? His body fell, but his ideas rose. Today, millions of young Africans wear his face on their shirts. Today, his words echo louder than ever. Today, I stand here because Sankara lived. Yes, they killed Gaddafi. They bombed his country. They turned Africa's richest nation into a land of slave markets. But did Gaddafi's dream of African unity die? No, it burns brighter in the hearts of the young generation. Yes, they killed Lumumba. They dissolved his body in acid so there would be nothing left. But did they destroy his legacy? 60 years later, the Congo still fights. The spirit of Lumumba still marches. You see, this is what they do not understand. Revolutionaries as individuals can be murdered. You can shoot them, you can bomb them, you can poison them, you can imprison them, but you cannot kill ideas. Ideas are bulletproof. Ideas are eternal. The legacy of Thomas Sankara. Let me tell you about Thomas Sankara. Let me tell you about the man they fear even in death. In 1983, a young captain, only 33 years old, took power in a country called Upper Volta, one of the poorest nations on earth, a country where people died of hunger, a country where 98% of the rural population could not read, a country that begged for every grain of rice. In 4 years, this young captain transformed everything. He changed the name from Upper Volta to Burkina Faso, the land of upright men, because he believed that a people must first stand upright in their minds before they can stand upright in the world. He launched a massive literacy campaign. He vaccinated millions of children. He planted 10 million trees to stop the desert. He built roads, schools, hospitals. He gave women rights they had never known. He fought corruption with an iron hand, starting with himself. Sankara rode a bicycle to work. His salary was the same as a teacher's salary. His entire personal wealth when he died was an old car, a broken refrigerator, and 3 guitars. This was the president of a nation. He stood at the United Nations and declared, "Down with imperialism, down with neo-colonialism, down with puppetry, eternal glory to the peoples who fight for their freedom." He stood at the Organization of African Unity and said, "We cannot repay the debt. We should not repay the debt. Debt is a cleverly managed reconquest of Africa. It turns each one of us into a financial slave." He warned his fellow African leaders, "If Burkina Faso stands alone in refusing to pay, I will not be here at the next conference." 3 months later, he was assassinated. But his words remain: while revolutionaries as individuals can be murdered, you cannot kill ideas. The martyrdom of Gaddafi. Let me tell you about Muammar Gaddafi. Not the Gaddafi of Western propaganda, the real Gaddafi. Before 2011, Libya had the highest human development index in Africa. Education was free. Healthcare was free. If a Libyan wanted to study abroad, the government paid for everything. If a Libyan wanted to start a farm, the government gave them land, equipment, seeds, and livestock for free. There was no electricity bill in Libya. Electricity was free for all citizens. When a Libyan got married, the government gave them money to buy a home. Gasoline was cheaper than water. Gaddafi had a dream of a United States of Africa, a dream of a single African currency backed by gold, the gold dinar, a dream of an African army, an African central bank, an African passport. This dream terrified the West, because if Africa united, if Africa controlled its own currency, if Africa stopped selling its resources for worthless paper money, the entire Western economic system would collapse. So they destroyed him. They bombed Libya for 7 months. They armed terrorists and called them rebels. They turned the richest country in Africa into a failed state. Today there are open slave markets in Libya. Black Africans are bought and sold like cattle. This is what Western democracy brought to Libya. Hillary Clinton laughed when she heard of Gaddafi's death. "We came, we saw, he died," she said. Remember this. Remember it forever. This is the face of imperialism. This is what they do to African leaders who dare to dream of freedom. To the African heads of state, they have undoubtedly and surely scared numerous African heads of state. You often see when we speak, or when we have the opportunity to be in certain situations abroad, we often make statements to call on African heads of state to wake up, to take care of our youth, to be able to initiate our real development. We are often misunderstood. Some have responded publicly to our statements because they feel targeted. They feel we are insulting them. They feel we are being disrespectful to our elders. But I can assure you, youth, that when we find ourselves in their corridors, in their private rooms, away from the cameras and the microphones, these same heads of state tell us, you are on the right track. This is what needs to be done. Africa must take this path. We ask them questions. We say, why don't you do as we do? Why don't you support us? Why do you remain silent when they attack us? Why do you vote against us in international forums? Why do you repeat the propaganda of our enemies? Some tell us they are entangled. You don't understand, young man. It's complicated. We have agreements. We have debts. We have obligations. Some tell us they cannot. We would if we could, but we cannot. They have us by the throat. They know our secrets. They control our banks. They fund our opponents. Dear elders, African heads of state, from this platform, I would like to say something to you. The African people are the most peaceful people on earth, the most forgiving people on earth. When you recognize the wrong, when you admit your mistakes, when you come to them with humility, they will forgive you. They will embrace you. They will give you another chance. Let us not be afraid tomorrow to go out and tell the people, we apologize, we have been compromised, we have ill-gotten gains, we have been constrained by many things, we have served foreign masters instead of our own people. We ask for forgiveness, return to the right path. Start truly working for the independence of our states and our emancipation. It is not too late. The people are waiting. The youth are watching. If you remain in this posture of fear, you will be cowards, and history will judge you. Your children will ask questions. Your grandchildren will ask questions, and they will be ashamed of your names, the resources and the robbery. Let me tell you something about Africa. Africa is not poor. Africa has never been poor. Africa is the richest continent on earth. We have gold, we have diamonds, we have oil, we have uranium, we have cobalt, we have coltan, we have copper, we have iron, we have manganese, we have bauxite, we have timber, we have fertile land, we have mighty rivers, we have sunshine all year round. Every smartphone in the world contains African minerals. Every electric car battery depends on African cobalt. Every nuclear reactor runs on African uranium. Every luxury jewel came from African soil. So why is Africa poor? The answer is simple: robbery. Systematic, organized, legalized robbery. They drew our borders with rulers in Berlin in 1884. They divided our peoples. They created artificial nations. They put brothers on opposite sides of lines on a map. They said they gave us independence. They gave us flags. They gave us national anthems. They gave us seats at the United Nations. But they kept control of everything that matters. The CFA franc, used by 14 African countries, is still guaranteed by the French Treasury. 50% of the foreign reserves of these countries must be deposited in France. France prints the money. France controls the exchange rate. France decides how much these countries can borrow. This is not independence. This is slavery with extra steps. This is colonialism with a friendly face. Sankara said, "He who feeds you controls you. Look at your plates when you eat. The imported rice, the imported wheat, the imported milk. That is imperialism. You do not need to look far. Imperialism is in your breakfast." To the youth of Africa, young people of Africa, I speak directly to you now. You are the majority. 60% of Africa's population is under 25 years old. You are the largest, youngest, most energetic population on earth. You are Africa's greatest resource. They told you Africa is a lost cause. They told you your only hope is to escape. They told you to risk death crossing the desert, to risk drowning in the Mediterranean, to beg for scraps in Europe. Thousands of our brothers and sisters have died on this journey. Their bodies are at the bottom of the sea. Their bones are bleaching in the Sahara. They died because they believed the lie that Africa has no future. I am here to tell you, Africa has the brightest future of any continent on earth. We have everything. We have the resources. We have the people. We have the land. We have the sun. We only lack one thing: the belief in ourselves, the confidence that we can do it. Sankara said we must learn to live the African way. It is the only way to live in freedom and with dignity. Do not let them define you. Do not let them tell you who you are. Do not accept their standards of success. A man is not measured by the European car he drives or the American clothes he wears. A man is measured by his contribution to his people, by his service to his community, by his love for his land. Stay, build, fight. Your country needs you. Your continent needs you. Your ancestors are watching you. The face of imperialism. Let me tell you how imperialism really works. Because they have hidden it well behind beautiful words. When we take up arms to defend our homeland against terrorists, they call us a militia. But when Europeans take up arms to defend their homeland, they are called patriots. Why this difference? Are we not human? Do we not bleed the same blood? Our grandfathers were forcibly taken to fight in European wars. They did not volunteer. They were conscripted against their will. They fought against Nazism. They liberated France. They died by the thousands on European soil. And when they returned home, what did they receive? At Traore in 1944, African soldiers who dared to demand their basic rights, their promised pay, were massacred by the French army. Massacred. The same army they had fought alongside. We hear about the Marshall Plan that rebuilt Europe after World War II. Billions of dollars, free money, generous aid. But we never hear about the African plan, the African blood, the African sacrifice that made European freedom possible. If others will not sing our praises, at least we must say our fathers were courageous. Our grandfathers were heroes. Our ancestors saved Europe, and they repaid us with contempt. They come to us with their lessons about human rights. Which human rights? The human rights they forgot when they were enslaving us for 300 years? The human rights they ignored when they were colonizing us for another 100 years? The human rights they violate today when they bomb our countries and steal our resources? They lecture us about democracy. Which democracy? The democracy where they overthrow elected leaders who do not obey them. The democracy where they support dictators who serve their interests. The democracy where they fund opposition groups to destabilize sovereign nations. We see through it, we see all of it. And we are no longer afraid to say it. The alliance of the Sahel. Today we are not alone. Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger have formed the alliance of Sahel states. 3 nations that said enough is enough. 3 nations that expelled foreign troops from their soil. 3 nations that took control of their own destiny. They called us coup leaders. They threatened us with sanctions. They isolated us diplomatically. They cut off our access to ports. They tried to starve us into submission. But we stood firm, and the people stood with us. Because the people understand what is at stake. This is not about politics. This is not about who sits in the presidential palace. This is about freedom. This is about sovereignty. This is about the right to determine our own future. We are building something new. Something that has not been seen in Africa for generations. A true alliance based on mutual respect, shared struggle and common destiny. Other nations are watching, other peoples are hoping. The flame that was lit in the Sahel is spreading across the continent. We are writing history. We are writing history. Every day, every speech, every action, every decision. There is no room for cowardice in history. The cowards are forgotten. The cowards are footnotes. The cowards are the nameless shadows that served the masters and left nothing behind. But the brave, even when they die, live forever. Sankara lives. Lumumba lives. Gaddafi lives. They live in our hearts. They live in our struggle. They live in the Africa that is being born. If our ancestors had been cowards, we would not be here. Think about that. Those who survived the slave ships, those who endured the plantations, those who resisted colonization, those who fought for independence, they were not cowards. They faced death, they faced torture, they faced everything. And they kept fighting. What excuse do we have? We who have so much more than they had? We who have education, technology, communication? We who can speak to millions with a single message? What excuse do we have for cowardice? None. We have no excuse. The closing call. So I say to you, Africa, wake up, stand up, rise up, no more begging, no more crawling, no more selling our birthright for a bowl of soup. We have everything we need to be great. We only need to believe it. We only need to work for it. We only need to fight for it. To the imperialists, I say your time is ending. The sun is setting on your empire of exploitation. A new generation has arrived. We are not afraid of your threats. We are not impressed by your warnings. We have read our history. We know what you did, and we have decided, never again. To the youth, I say, You are the ones we have been waiting for. Do not wait for another leader. Do not wait for another savior. You are the leader. You are the savior. Each one of you has the power to change your community, your country, your continent. To the African leaders who are still hesitating, I say time is running out. The people are watching. History is recording. Choose which side you want to be on. The side of the masters or the side of the people. The side of fear or the side of courage. The side of slavery or the side of freedom. And to my brothers and sisters everywhere, I say homeland or death, we shall overcome. Power to the people, dignity to the people, victory to the people. Africa shall be free. Long live Africa. Long live the African youth. Long live the struggle. We are not afraid. We have never been afraid. We will never be afraid. The struggle continues until victory. Always. Homeland or death, we shall overcome.